let's save the world. Na 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 na. They sang the song, let's save the world. Put aside the differences, let their guards come down. Found some common ground, played and sang together, hearts in every word. Every voice was heard, hands were clapping, people dancing. Something beautiful was happening. Na 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 na. They sang the song, let's save the world. Na 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 na. They sang the song, let's save the world. It was a joyful, peaceful crowd. No politicians allowed. They were singing na 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 na. Let's save the world. Na 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 na. Let's save the world. Break it down. Na 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 na. They sang the song. Let's save the world. Na 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 na. They sang the song. Let's save the world. Na 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 na. They sang the song. Let's save the world. One more time. Na 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 na. Let's save the world.
Woo! Harold Payne is in the house, y'all. It's time for some home cooking.
All right. You turn the news on, you get your blues on from all the negativity. It's hard to wrap yourself around what's going down on TV. You can stress it, second guess it. You can think about it way too hard, or you can move the conversation from your head to your heart. Sometimes it's a matter of just letting go, holding on to the one thing. Oh, love wins, love wins. That's where the circle of life begins. It's the one simple lesson we're learning again and again. Love wins. We all matter. It doesn't matter if we're on one side or the other, as long as we find a way to get along with one another. We can't agree to disagree, or maybe even realize that we see another point of view when you look through someone else's eyes. Sometimes it's as easy as just letting go, holding on to the one thing we love. Love wins, love wins. That's where the circle of life begins. It's the one simple lesson we're learning again and again. Love wins whenever you give it a chance. It is the one hope that everyone has to build a better world for us all. Love wins, love wins. That's where the circle of life begins. It's the one simple lesson we're learning again and again. Love wins. That's where it all begins. Love wins. We'll learn it again and again. Love wins. That's where it all begins. Love wins. We'll learn it again and again. Love love wins.
That's where it all begins.
Love wins.
We learn it again and again. Woohoo! Let's hear it for Harold Payne. So I think it's time to start our service for real. No, you stay up here.
We were just faking it?
We were just faking it.
We were.
So welcome, everybody. We're so glad to have you here, and we're so happy to have Harold Payne in the house. He's a dear friend of Unity of the Oaks and of mine and Rick's, and he's the reason Rick and I are together. He actually introduced us, which is a pretty fun story. Isn't that cool? So we're going to start with, we're going to do Harold Payne today. We're going to do it right. So we're going to stand up, and we're going to... Well, it is Unity of the Oaks. Okay.
It's the pain that will bring you pleasure.
It's the pain that will give you pleasure. I love that. Oh, my gosh. That's perfect. So we're going to stand and sing something wonderful, and Harold's going to lead us. Stand up.
Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Oh, oh, something wonderful. Whoa, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Can you feel it? Oh, something wonderful. Woo. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Oh, oh, something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. All this love inside. We can't let it shine. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. It's on you now.
Come on, guys.
Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Take it home. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Big finish. Something wonderful.
Well, welcome everybody. Something wonderful is happening right here, right now, and that is that you are here at Unity of the Oaks. You are here to celebrate your divinity. You are here to connect with like-minded friends, which are like family. And we are here today. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I want to make sure you hear it all. Because today we are honoring our outgoing board members, and we are installing our new board of trustees. So can we give a round of applause to those who have stepped up and who are stepping out and who have served? Yeah, so it's a really special day. It's going to be a beautiful service today, and also a service about how we each can celebrate ourselves and shining our light out to the world. How can you shine your light? That's what we're going to be sitting with today. So welcome. Go ahead and say hello to your fellow travelers, those right next to you, those around you. Just wave hello, a little namaste. I behold the light in you. Online we have Anne and a few others. So good morning to those of you who are joining us online as well. So let's go ahead and settle in. We're very friendly. We like to keep, so we could do a whole hour of just saying hello, couldn't we? Well, check our calendars because we got other times when you can just spend a whole hour saying hello to one another, okay? Make sure you check out our calendar. Okay, so let's settle in and let's just have our opening prayer to open us up today to all of the good that we are ready to receive. So if you just go ahead and get comfortable. You've arrived. So let yourself just tell yourself, I've arrived. I'm right here, right now. And I can close my eyes or I can just look at the Christ candle that reminds me of my divinity, my divine light. And as I turn within, I affirm in this moment that I'm right here, right now. There's nowhere else I need to be. There's nothing else I need to do. This is my divine appointment. Also, I affirm that something wonderful is happening in me. I open my soul, I open my consciousness up and open to receive the good that is here. We bless this service and we know that souls will be uplifted and hearts touched through a word, a song, a friendly hello. So for everyone who's involved in the service today, we are so thankful. For everyone who has served Unity of the Oaks in the 25 years before and for the 25 plus years that will come after, we bless and give thanks for these individuals. And for each of us right here, right now, we bless ourselves for showing up. We could have been lots of different places today, including in bed, but we chose to be here. So we say thank you, thank you, thank you, sweet Spirit, and so it is. Amen. Welcome, everyone. Unity of the Oaks is a loving, inclusive community, and so we hope that you feel that love, that welcoming, and that inclusivity as we welcome you into our home and our family today. So we have a wonderful guest, Harold Payne. Oh my gosh. So let's go ahead and bring you all back up. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever be. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be. We are all joined together in our hearts and in our minds and in our soul. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be. joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our soul. And we are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be.
Good morning. I'm Yvette, one of the prayer members, one of the prayer team members here at Unity of the Oaks. Anne will be available to pray. Janie will be available to pray with you after the service. I have the honor of preparing us for our time of meditation with the reading of the daily word. The daily word is service from July 14th, 2014. I serve God through serving others. To serve means to be in service to others and to render faithfulness to God. Each person who serves becomes an instrument through which the goodness of God flows out into the world. I am willing to be of assistance, and I ask Spirit to help me recognize the right opportunities. As I join with others in service, I offer what I have with joy and enthusiasm. I give my time and attention, my skills and expertise, my love and compassion to make a difference in the life of others. Service requires that I extend myself to benefit someone else. In making this choice, I discover the joy of generosity. As I serve others, all of our lives are enriched. From Matthew 25:40, truly I tell you, just as you did to the one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me. The word is service in the affirmation, I serve God through serving others.
So join me now in a time of meditation. Now, if you're new to meditation, that may seem hard, challenging. What is meditation? But really, meditation is our time to just open ourselves up to receiving, to really relaxing into and acknowledging that light that is within us. So I invite you to let the shoulders come down. Let yourself be fully supported by that chair. And you may want to lower your gaze, close your eyes. Allow yourselves just to be comfortable and open on your lap. For some, they like to take an elevator ride from their head to their heart. For others, it's that shift into the heart space. And so we begin to breathe in through the heart very consciously, taking that breath in through the heart slowly, pausing at the top, and then an even slower exhale through the heart. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And as we sit in the heart space, we just feel what is there. And if we find that sadness is there, that's okay. We just name it sadness. In a way to say, I see you, sadness, I acknowledge you. And we breathe through the heart. Again, breathing in through the heart. And exhaling through the heart. As we sit in that heart space, we may discover that joy is in our heart. And so again, we just name it, joy. I see you, joy. I acknowledge you, joy. And we breathe through the heart. We don't label one good and one bad. We just know that it is. It is sadness, it is joy. Sometimes it is both. In this moment, we acknowledge that both can be there, and we set the intention to focus on the love and warmth of our hearts. Not to cover up over anything, but to set that intention of loving kindness and compassion towards ourselves and others. I invite you to look or feel behind that heart space. What is that space behind your heart, where your light resides? That divine spark within you. Visualize that light now. See it as it glows. See it as it grows. This heart light, your divine spark, also embedded in it is your gifts. What are your strengths? What are your passions? What are your joys? These are the gifts that life gave to you specifically to share with the world. And your light doesn't have to shine the whole world. It just needs to shine in your corner of the world. Because as you shine your light actually expands. And in the ripple effect, it does wrap around the world. So we see and feel our lights shining brightly and overflowing into the seats around us, into the room. We see and feel our light as it joins together to wrap around and bless California, moving out towards all of the United States, North and South America, and wrapping around the world. One light joined as many. Lifting up the consciousness of others as we remember our own divine light, we invite others to do the same. Whispering to yourself, I am a gift. I have gifts. And I shine my light. In this moment, I choose to shine my light. So taking a moment just to sit in your light. And bringing your attention back to that space behind your heart. Bringing your attention back to your heart itself. Breathing in through your heart. And exhaling through the heart. Beginning to wiggle your fingers, your toes, and being aware and very aware of the chair and the people in the room. But one last moment of gratitude, giving thanks for these moments of remembering, of these moments of peace, of these moments of recentering into our true selves. The remembering, giving thanks for the remembering. And so we take a more conscious breath as we wiggle and move and become more awake and alive and attuned to as we raise our gaze or open our eyes as we say amen. And as we say amen, the true meaning of that meaning, I go forward in this truth. And so it is this truth that we move forward into our day together. And so it is. Amen.
Right here, right now, we are all connected somehow, and even a whisper in the dark becomes a prayer that reaches out, touches your heart. The rising tide lifts us all. Every drop of water helps to make them flow. We will all be lifted, lifted by the rising tide. We all have dreams of a world where we can live in peace. And each act of kindness can build a bridge that leads us to the common ground between our differences. The rising tide lifts us all. Every drop of water helps to keep the flow. When you make a ripple in the river of life, lifted, lifted by the rising tide. I'm holding on to what I know that we can be in a sea of possibility. A rising tide lifts us all. Every drop of water helps to break the flow. When you make a ripple in the river of life, we will all be lifted, lifted by the rising tide. It lifts us all. Every drop of water helps to keep the flow. When you make a ripple in the river of life, we will all be lifted, lifted by the rising tide. Lifted by the rising tide. Lifted by the rising tide. Gonna be lifted, lifted by the rising tide. Lifted by the rising tide.
right, thank you. Well, today is the installation of our new board members, and we're going to be honoring our 2 outgoing board members today. So as I sat down to write today's sermon, I just started hearing that song, This Little Light of Mine. Everyone know it? So I thought maybe our music team, our music ministry, can help us sing a little bit of that, can we?
We're going to do a little bit of that. You guys got to join in with us because you know the lyrics.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
We're going to do it one more time. Sing out.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Ooh. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Woo! Well, what if all of us, each and every one of us, let our light shine? Wherever we went, everywhere I go, I'm going to let it shine. Everyone I meet, I'm going to let it shine. What would the world look like? What would it feel like? Well, I found this great cartoon, so let's look here. Here you see he's got his light, but then there's the grumps, right? They're grumpy. They're probably gossiping, talking about the weather, complaining about the cold. Not me at all. Then you've got, here he is, he's shining his light. Now 2 more people, even more people, and suddenly the whole room is aglow. Everyone's smiling because one person shined their light. Yeah. And yet I know, does anyone have some rough times in life? No one. Right? I mean, life can be a ride, especially when you're in service as our board members this year have been. This last year, they were searching for a new building. They lost a board member along the way. They moved a church. It was a lot. They took on a lot this year. And there's times in our life that life feels like a lot, does it not? And so it's not always easy to shine our light in those times, during tough situations, stressful situations, the challenges. That's when it's the hardest to shine our light. So I saw a couple of posts that I thought really illustrated this well. So, there's those times that you think, I'm going to come to church, I'm going to have a meditation. Here I am, I'm like, just picture yourself flowing down a river. And you're thinking to yourself, yeah, here's me going down the river. The dumpster fire. Or you come to church and you hear, just relax, be in the now moment, enjoy the ride, and you think, this is the ride I'm on. Yeah. Because life is a ride. And the life of a church is a ride. So sometimes life can be smooth and easy and peaceful, and other times life can be bumpy and tossy-turvy and a little rocky or feel like it's on fire. It's all a part of life. The life of a church, the life of our lives, right? And yet service is an opportunity for us to support each other when life feels like a dumpster fire. Service is that excellent opportunity for us to walk our spiritual talk. It's our 5th principle here on the screen. It's not enough to understand spiritual teachings. We must apply our learning to all areas of our lives, incorporating them into our thoughts, words, and actions. That's real easy to do when you're sitting on the beach with a fruity drink. But it's not easy all the time. But when you're serving, especially on the board of trustees of a church, it's not about showing up and just saying hello with a smile. It's about leading in love, in prayer, with your spiritual teachings, in your words, actions, and decisions. It's service at the highest level, where your spiritual teachings are really put to use. Being of service, being in service, is a spiritual practice. Being in service is a spiritual practice, whether it's here or in another organization or place. Being in service is a spiritual practice. It's your opportunity to express your gifts and your light with the world so that you can make the whole room light up. I wanted to share this from Reverend Eric Butterworth, one of our Unity authors, minister of big church in New York. He had this sermon from The Gift of Service. He called it, from 1975. I'd like to say I wasn't born yet, but I was. The Gift of Service from Eric Butterworth. He says, if you happen to feel inadequate and to question how you could ever be about God's business in your own life, remember that it is not entirely what you do, but how you do it. Too often we think about the only gifts are material ones, whereas they are but the evidence of a giving thought that came first. In your work, in your relationships with your loved ones and with the rest of the world, think, give instead of get. Nothing can hold back the individual who thinks give instead of get. If you happen to need employment, remember that the principle is the same. It is not the need for someone to give you a job, but rather a need for you to give someone service. It is service that renders our lives vital, that keeps us going. Service renders our lives vital and keeps us going. So yes, service to others in whatever form, in whatever capacity, in whatever organization, is allowing you to give of your highest and best self. It allows you to give of your gifts, your talents, your strengths that God, that divine intelligence, gave to you and you alone. So the board members this past year have asked, how can I give? Instead of how can I get? And in doing so, they've allowed all of us to flow into new possibilities within our church. They have planted seeds for generations to come in our new space. They have said yes to giving of their time, their wisdom, their dedication to this organization, which has benefited all of us in ways that we may never know or even understand. So individuals in the past have asked me, how can I grow my consciousness? What books can I read to be even more spiritual? And I'm going to share the answer that my mentor gave to me. My mentor was the dean of Unity School of Christianity for over 20 years. And she said, you want to know how you can grow your consciousness, grow your maturity, your spiritual maturity? Serve on the board of trustees. Yeah. Because we grow and expand in consciousness through service. But in the case of the board of trustees, you must very intentionally let go of all ego, to be very self-aware, and to stand very firmly in faith, in love, while walking that human experience of budgets and finances and running a nonprofit business. You have to do all of it. The ultimate responsibility of the board of trustees is to hold the consciousness of the community. So their consciousness is our consciousness. It is the ultimate application of our fifth unity principle and how we can flex our spiritual maturity. So the question then becomes, how can you apply that fifth unity principle through service to others? How can you let your light shine wherever you go? because you have gifts. And it doesn't have to be something complex or big, because I know a lot of you are looking at me and saying, Stacy, I don't have any gifts. And I'm going to say, that's baloney, with an exclamation point. Okay? Because if you have something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, you're good at, that is your gift to give. You might not even get paid for it. Again, it doesn't matter. But as you serve, that's how you shine your light. So here's what else Reverend Butterworth said in that 1975 sermon. A life is useless unless it becomes an instrument through which some good flows. It may not be the kind of service which is noticed and acclaimed. Let's put a pin in that. Service that is not noticed and acclaimed, because that's true service. It's not about getting the recognition, but it's about it being a spiritual practice where it comes through your heart and your soul to give. And he says, but it must be done in a spirit of dedication. This is what we need to do, to think of ourselves as a link in the connection through which benefit and service may come into the world. As St. Francis said, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, thy creativity, and thy work. So the board members that we honor today have allowed themselves to be instruments through which good flows, which is why it's so important that we honor them this morning. And in doing so, I hope that we all open ourselves up to that calling of being the peace, the creativity, and the work on earth of that infinite presence, the extension of God, of that infinite presence, that infinite love itself. Let's not ask, what can I get, but what can I give without needs for recognition or accolades, just giving of ourselves. And that is the spiritual practice we can try on. So I'm going to invite now our outgoing and incoming board members to come on up. I'm going to have our outgoing members here. So Lucy and Rhonda and Freddie, if you'll stand here. And then our incoming, for right now, is going to be Jules and Melba. And you all have a little piece of paper, right? Well, it's on your seat. Okay. So our outgoing board members will have a moment to speak about their time as being board members and how they've grown personally and spiritually because of their service to our spiritual community. They will then be placing their white ribbons, which I'm going to say is going to be, we're going to say it's the power of will, right? Will is really silver, but we're going to say will, which is that willingness to step up and serve. It's also white, which is that purity, right? Purity of spirit. So serving in that purity and not of need for recognition. And of course, we have one board member who is continuing, Lucy Nye. So, again, this year's Board of Trustees have had such respect for one another. Even if there was a time where one person wasn't sure about a decision or a choice, a challenge that came up, we would all talk about it, and eventually that one person would say, if all of you are in agreement, then I will go with you. In other words, no matter what we think individually, we drop the ego, we become one, and we all walk together for the greater good of the whole. That is spiritual and emotional maturity, and that is what raises the consciousness of a community. That is what these three have done that I'm extremely, extremely grateful for. So can we just again give them a round of applause? So I'm going to acknowledge them individually first. So Rhonda, just take a little extra step forward, Rhonda. Okay. Treasure. So Rhonda has been a voice of wisdom, of balance, an example of walking the spiritual path while doing the business of the church with integrity, spiritual groundedness. She's an enthusiastic voice on Sundays, as we know, and she's a great example of inviting friends to share in the joy and the love of our spiritual community. We actually wouldn't let her leave, even though she kept saying, I really need to go. And we're like, no, because her insights and her wisdom and opinions were so helpful to us. And her last big project for us was getting our dedication nameplates for our chairs, which will be here, and it will be a part of our church forever. So for her 2 years of service as our vice president, I say thank you. I love you. I'm grateful to you. And I'm going to let you have just a moment to share. Oh, we need a mic too.
Okay. We were asked to think about and speak about what did we learn as a board member? How have you grown spiritually? And I was thinking about rock and roll. Okay. How did that come up? Quincy Jones, when he was recording We Are the World, looked in the eye of Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, everybody that you can imagine who was anybody. And when they walked into that recording studio to do that song, which, by the way, was about giving and raising money for the people in Africa, said to each one of them, check your ego at the door. In those faces, every one of them. And that was what I found echoed in being a board member. I didn't know what I was getting into. I was sort of like, thank you, Richard, herded into the role a couple of years ago. And I thought, okay, what is this all about? But when you really sit there and you check your ego at the door, I was constantly reminded that the foundation of unity, which is what makes it so great, is that there is no one above the other. We are all one. Our reverend, even, our spiritual guide, isn't above anybody else. We are one. We represent the one. There's no pope here. There's no outside. We are you. So that made it very easy for me to just go, okay, what is the highest good to be served here? And that was easy because it was you guys. It was listening to you guys. It was the chats after church. It was all that sort of thing because we are just completely objective. And I was lucky enough to serve on 2 boards with people who could do the same. That was wonderful. And yeah, we had some challenges. We had people checking off the board with 0 notice, and it was rough. And we were in the middle of move, and we were in the middle of transitioning our permanent, wonderful reverend, and waiting for that and for you to be ordained. Yeah, we had a big party then. You guys remember that? So it was a wonderful experience. And spiritually, I grew from that because then that applies to everywhere in life, right? If you're dealing with an interpersonal problem or relationship, you take your ego out of it. And what's good for the whole? What's good for the relationship? What's good for the household? What's good for my whole entire work? If you work with people, what's good for the office? And that was a real growth thing. That was a wonderful experience. So to tell you the truth, as challenging as it was, I feel completely honored that I got to serve as your vice president for 2 years. And it's with some sadness that I have to let go, but there are some enormous demands in my life that have just stepped up. So I have to really focus on those things. But I just wanted to thank you as a community for allowing me that honor. So it is now that I release my role as vice president to our new president, Lucy Nye. Oh, there you are. You were supposed to be on that. You're on both sides today.
Thank you, Rhonda. We'll hand that to Freddie because he's next. You're on the hot spot, Freddie. We know how much he loves that. Freddie Nyer. Yep, you get to step up. We're just all going to look at you for a moment, Freddie. Make it really good and juicy. Freddie has been our wise, even keel, intelligent, gentle soul of a board member. He tells us he doesn't like to speak in front of everyone, and yet he's a fantastic speaker, is he not? He has helped simplify our monthly treasury reports, where he really has honed in on what's really important, because, you know, numbers can get overwhelming. And he says, you know what, guys, this is it. You just got to look at this. You just got to look at this part. He's so, like, just reasonable, down to earth, and is so open to hearing everyone else's input and opinions. And that's what's been so great. I mean, he would purposely say, hey, we haven't heard from you yet. We haven't heard from you yet. Let's hear your voice. What do you have to say? He's quiet, and yet when he speaks, he's like this wise elder that just drops like wisdom bombs on us. So, Freddie, so much gratitude for you and your time and service with us. He's been our treasurer for the last year. So, thank you, thank you. I'll let you take a moment to speak.
Okay, I am back on stage. All right. I wanted to take the few minutes I have to talk about not necessarily what I learned being on the board, because you've already heard a little bit from Rhonda, but I want to talk really what I gathered from being on the board for the last year. The first thing I want to say is all the people that are here, all the ones I served with, were wonderful people. They really did it for the right reasons. And I'm not sure if that gets conveyed sometimes on Sunday service, because I actually learned more about these individuals being on the board than I did from the countless years I've been going to Unity. And so if any of you ever were thinking about participating, not necessarily on the board, but just in general with Unity, you're going to learn a lot more about people than you probably are going to learn just coming on Sunday. Because I learned a lot about these people. First of all, I learned Stacy. I thought, okay, she's obviously the minister, she's doing a lot, but she's working till like the wee hours of night, and tirelessly, and through all the stresses or even the good times, she's there. And, you know, that's very commendable, and I wouldn't have experienced that if I wasn't on the board. And Rhonda is, when her nickname is perfect, treasure. She is a treasure. She's a delight to get to know on a personal level, and she is just a ball of energy that we need more of in the world, you know. And so I've truly enjoyed getting to know her more than just on Sunday service. And then, of course, there's this one who I could spend an hour talking about Lucy, okay? So I won't, because, you know, it'll be a little bit embarrassing. But all I have to say about Lucy is, first of all, I have never met somebody more giving and selfless than this individual in my entire life. I'm almost 50, and let me say, she is the greatest person I've met on this planet. She is sweet. She's always thinking about other people. She's giving, and how do I put this? We are in great shape having her as president. You can't have a better person than this as having president, because whatever she's lacking in capability, that she'll tell you, I can't do this, I can't do that, which, by the way, don't believe it. Don't believe it. Every time she says she can't do something, next week it's done. I'm like, okay, so you can do it, you know, but that's a different topic. But we're in great shape having her as president. And so that's what I want to use my time for. Thank you. Oh, now I release my role as treasurer to Melba, and I'm going to do that thing right now.
Well, Lucy, Freddie just said it all. You're the grandmother, mother, friend to all of us. Your heart is so big and open and is in service. So we are in great shape, and we all love you and appreciate you so very much. So I'll give you a moment to speak as well, but you're going to be on this side in just a minute. So go ahead and say a few words if you'd like.
I'm kind of overwhelmed what did you learn about yourself during your time as a board member? I learned that I can't volunteer for everything that I want to because I just run out of energy. But I do love everyone in this room. And you are wonderful, wonderful people. And I'd love to see all of you on the board at one time or another. We need more people, and we love you. And how have I grown personally and spiritually? I just keep growing. I'm a learner, first and foremost. I really believe that we never stop learning, and we shouldn't stop learning, because that's what life's all about. And I had a grandmother that was deaf, and you're all going to know about my mama, because she signed, and she was born deaf. She never heard a sound. And I always think about her, because she was the wisest person I ever knew. She had a way of being joyful, and our new board is going to be the Joy Club, according to Stacy, and I'm hoping so. But anyway, I love you, and I now release my role as secretary, which was probably my hardest job I've ever done, because I'm not a techie person at all. But as Freddie said, I can do it if I have to. But I now release the role of secretary to Jules Dicono with pleasure.
Excellent. Yeah, now you get to be on this side over here, Lucy. Okay, well, before our two outgoing members go, we've got some gifts for you. So we do have certificates. They're going to be in the office. They're very beautiful, okay? So I'll give you certificates to just document your time with us, to thank you. Also, Unity mugs. So you, of course, always remember us in the mornings. There you go. But also, we got you some plants, because you have planted your wisdom and your spirit and your love here, and it will continue to grow always. So thank you to both of you as well. So join me in giving them our Unity blessing. It's here on the screen. If you rub your hands together with love and gratitude, and we'll put all of that to them. Freddie and Rhonda, we love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Thank you so much for your time of service. We love you. Yeah, okay. You guys can have a seat with all your goodies. Okay, new board members, are you ready? I'm going to come over here. You can move this way a little bit too if you want. No, don't turn them on yet. Wait. It's going to be a rebellious group already, I can tell. Lucy, Melba, Jules, are you prepared to discharge the duties and responsibilities of a board member of Unity of the Oaks, willing to follow the principles and code of ethics as set forth by Unity Worldwide Ministries, and to always look to the Christ within for wisdom, guidance, and inspiration? If so, answer, I am. Do you consecrate yourselves to promoting the welfare and growth of Unity of the Oaks and of the entire Unity movement, to follow Unity principles, and to look to Christ within for wisdom, guidance, and inspiration? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
I hereby install each of you as board members of Unity of the Oaks and charge you with the responsibility of serving this church with love, faith, wisdom, and joy. I ask that now you turn on your lights. As you turn on your light, know that this represents your unique Christ light, your divine light that you will be sharing with us and shining upon your spiritual community. So thank you to each one of you. You are now officially our Board of Trustees. Let's give them a round of applause. Before our prayer blessing, we have a song for you. And we also have a gift for each of you, which is some flowers. So let me give that to you also. If you want to just come on over here. There you go. Just go ahead and stand right here and enjoy some music for just a moment. This song's just for you.
Little girl looked in her mother's eyes and asked a question that could only come from a child. Mommy, are there angels, and do they really fly? Will I know one when I see one? This was her reply. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. They live inside your hopes and dreams and dance across all the echo from the silence, quiet acts of kindness. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. Angels don't always wear wings. There are little miracles that happen every day that never make the headlines, but make a difference anyway. Do you remember how your grandma held your tears when you thought the world looked hopeless? Then she'd magically appear. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. They live inside your hopes and prayers, and they dance around your dreams. They echo from the silence, the quiet acts of kindness. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. There are moments in our life when we may not realize that we're in the presence of God's messenger of love. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. They live inside your hopes and dreams, dance around your dreams. They echo from the silence of quiet acts of kindness. Oh, angels don't always wear wings. Angels don't always wear wings. Oh, angels don't always wear wings.
join together in prayer for both outgoing and incoming Board of Trustees officers. So we just gather ourselves and turn into our heart space. We just say, divine love, infinite presence. First, we give thanks to Rhonda, Freddie, Lucy for their time, talent, and treasure that they've shared and blessed this community with during their time in office, and especially this last year. We are so grateful. And we now recognize and acknowledge that the new Board of Trustees, along with myself, the minister, are hereby divine appointment. We commend ourselves as leaders of Unity of the Oaks to do the spiritual work with inspiration and guidance of infinite presence. We open ourselves and are receptive to the fulfillment of divine order in and through us and for the Uni movement as a whole. We claim our work to be done in and with absolute joy, the spiritual power of zeal, and so it is. Amen. And so join me in blessing our new incoming board members. Again, as we place all of our gratitude and love in our hands, and we say to Lucy, Melba, and Jules, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Namaste, we see the light in you, and we appreciate you sharing it with us. Love and blessings. Thank you, thank you. You can finally have a seat. Thank you. Yeah, we're the Joy Club. So I want you guys to, joyously run down the stage now, okay? Okay. So to wrap up our morning together. Whew, I'm gonna take this. To wrap up our morning together, may you all walk forward in joy. May we all be inspired to step into spaces and situations where we can serve with wisdom, joy, and love. Because when we do this, again, we're extensions of the love of the universe. We're being the hands of God on earth. So be the hands, be the love, be your unique light and let it shine. Be that person that lights up the room you're in. Blessings, everyone. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I love you. Amen and amen.
It's truly amazing how one little light can shine beyond all knowing. When you give instead of getting, that light keeps expanding and growing. And even when your life feels like it dumped your fire, you can turn it into a torch that can truly inspire everyone you meet and help them shine. There's a burning feeling in the bottom of your soul that only your heart understands. Everybody's got a little love inside to give away. All you really need is a chance. Time is wasted. You don't have to wait another minute. So let your dreams take you to the limit. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Oh, open up and let your light shine on. Even if you never had a moment in your life when you were free enough to let yourself go, it's okay to take a little leap of faith sometime, or how will you ever know? The world is waiting for you to Share the gifts that you've been given. It's never too late for a new beginning. Shine on, shine on. Open up
and let your light shine on.
Oh, oh, shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Break out, break through. Break out, break through. Leave your ego at the door now. Break out, break through. You find so much more. Break out, break through. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Time is wasted. You don't have to wait another minute to let your dreams take you to the limit. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Oh, oh. Shine on, ooh, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Let it shine now. Open up and let your light shine on. Break it down now. Open up and let your light shine on. You can do it now. Open up and let your light shine on. A little crack in the darkness. Open up and let your light shine on. A little shine now. Open up and let your light shine on. Open up and let your light shine on.
Crack music team of all time. You guys are the bomb. And thank you, Harold, for being here and making this day, special day, even more special. Thank you. All right, just when you thought you got rid of me, right? Here she comes again. My name is, and I'm the board member for the last day. Okay, guys. Our church mission is about transforming lives, one life at a time. We would love for you to partner with us with a financial gift so we can enable the board to make this happen. We want to continue to be a spiritual community in all of Thousand Oaks and beyond, right? Not just a church, a spiritual community for people to participate in. Your financial gift also allows us to continue to spread the unity message of positive, inclusive Christianity, along with promoting personal and spiritual growth. Here is our mission statement. If you will please read it with me with enthusiasm. Okay, apparently that's what I'm known for. Unity of the Oaks is a loving, accepting, and heart-centered spiritual community here to be love in action and to encourage personal growth, awaken spiritual community, and transform lives. In the chairs in front of you, in that little pocket that will soon have names on it, you have all the giving information you need. But just in case you're not going to look at it, we're going to encourage you to take out your phone and text the number on the card or on the screen, or use the QR code that's provided. Or after service, you can place checks in our love offering basket, which will always be back there in the room on the table. Or you can go online when you get home on your computer to the website's giving page. Join me now in taking a moment to focus your attention on your giving heart in whatever way you choose to give. Feel the abundance of receiving and visualize the mission coming to life. Now join me in the love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. We are most grateful for all of the contributions to this community as we grow it with fun, with events, with loads of things to do, of which Juan is going to now tell you guys what's coming up on the calendar.
Thank you, Treasure. Everybody, round of applause for Rhonda Treasure. Okay, I'm Juan with a few reminders for us. Tommy, thank you. I have 4 reminders for us today, all of which can be found in the newsletter that we mail out monthly, the weekly email letter, and on the calendar in the back of the room over there. The e-letter is really the best way to stay current with us, so be sure to that you're signed up to receive it. And when you do receive it, do me a favor and scroll the whole thing, because there's like 20 sections in that e-letter. You just got to keep going. Oh, there's so much happening. Oh, there's even more, until you get all the way to the bottom, because there's a lot of information packed into that little e-letter. Okay. Number 1, the book club is meeting today after service. They'll be discussing The Phone Book at the End of the World by Laura Imani Messina. Just spoiler alert, it's the yellow pages. Sorry, okay. No. From 11:30 to 1 p.m. in the living room area. Okay, number 2, the Women's Heart Talk with Reverend Stacy is this Tuesday, March 28th, now meeting at 6:30 p.m. This is your time to receive support from the other women in our community as you share whatever is on your heart in a space of confidentiality and loving kindness. The membership class is now on March 31st. That's this Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. This fun interactive class covers the history of Unity and our teachings, as well as what we offer here at Unity of the Oaks. And it's recommended that all of our members attend this class again if it's been a while. Even if you just attended it last year, attend it again. Please contact our office or RSVP on the website calendar. And lastly, April 21st. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Our first ever evening of art expression. Join us for wine and cheese and enjoy an evening of mixed media arts, from comedy to painting, films, quilts, dance, and more. Please sign up to share your talent with your friends. Sign up by this Friday, March 31st, so that we can organize this wonderful event for the community. Invite your friends and neighbors. Thousand Oaks and beyond is welcome to participate. And be sure to place the date of the event, April 21st, on your calendar for that night of art and connection. Woo! That's so much. There's so much happening at our church. You'll find all the information I said in the back of the room. I already said that. It's on our website as well. We have a laptop here for your use as well. So if you need to kind of go onto the calendar, you can do it right here before you leave. If you need more information or assistance with any of our activities and events, you can see Sue Wan after the service. She'll be in the living room back there. She's already back there. Or you can contact Michael in the office during the week. And now I must leave because Reverend Stacy is going to give some thank yous and more. So here she is.
I think I've got this working again. Okay. So, yeah, we do have so much happening. Also, just that reminder, we're going to be changing, it was voted upon that we're going to be changing our Sunday service to 10:30, just a little bit of a shift, so you can sleep in a little bit, go stop and get a coffee on your way into church. So that's April 16th, the Sunday after Easter. We'll be starting at 10:30 a.m. And then also, of course, we have a Good Friday service, April 7th at 5:30 right here, okay? So please join us. I'll be speaking on spiritual surrender. If anyone wants to spiritually surrender anything, I'll be here doing that, April 7th. So we have one more person that we need to honor today. I know we're going a little bit long, but we have we got some good news this week. Sherry Hersey, come on up. Oh, okay. It's white, also of purity of spirit. So this week, Sherry found out that she a licensed Unity minister. Yes, so we honor you as you continue to walk your spiritual journey and path and education. We are so blessed by you and your presence and bringing your music ministry to us. Music, I know, touches the soul in ways that words don't. So thank you for your ministry and contribution, your spirit to our church, and congratulations on being a licensed minister. Reverend Sherry Hurst. Yay! Very exciting. Yeah. So she's still on her spiritual journey path, and yet she's accomplished step one. So good. We are so blessed, aren't we? Can we just give it up for how blessed and happy we are? Man. Oh. You know, I want to just thank everyone who is part of our church who is in some sort of service and leadership. So just thank you to everyone. We've got hospitality, we've got prayer, we've got youth ministry, we've got, who am I missing? Music ministry, we've got social media, we've got so much. So let's a round of applause for everyone who contributes. I want to say thank you to Suan, who ran out to get all of our extra goodies today, and Suan is there to help you out if you need her. And then again, a special thank you to Harold Payne, our guest musician today. Okay, I've been told that there's lots and lots and lots of goodies today, so make sure you go get yourself some hospitality food and come on back and socialize and also have some book club fun. I love you. I bless you. Prayer is available for you in our prayer room. Our youth room turns into our prayer room, or we have prayer slips in the back as well if you'd like to put those in the prayer box. You can also get prayer for joy and celebration. We'd love to pray for all the good in your life as well. So feel free to go grab a prayer chaplain and say, pray for me, or with me rather, pray with me for all the good in my life, okay? You can do that too. Today is something wonderful. Today is an opportunity for you to shine your light. I am so grateful for each of you shining your light right here, right now. Go forth and keep shining, okay? Yes. Thank you for being here today, everyone. Blessings, blessings. Let's stand and sing, Yes, There Is Peace on Earth, and our prayer for protection.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.